Two lagoons about 10 minutes away, which one do you choose? Well, I'm gonna break that down here in this video from my perspective and kind of give you my verdict here at the end. And by the way, my name's Leonberg. I run a local real estate team, and if we can help you buy or sell a home in the Tampa Bay area, please hit me up at the contact info below. All right, so this video is gonna be kind of just a personal breakdown, a personal viewpoint, having, kind of limited experience, but having been to both Mirada and Epperson Lagoons, having toured some homes with some of our clients, and personally, actually, we almost built a home in Epperson whenever, about 4 or 5 years ago. So, we know the builders, we've been through the plans, so this is just gonna be kind of a first person perspective on my experience and pros and cons of them both. So we're gonna do the pros and cons of Mirada first. All right, so some of the good things I'd say, Mirada is much bigger. The lagoon itself, and then I feel like the area that it's hitting is gonna be much larger than Epperson. There's a lot more room to expand. There's not much around it, so they've really got a lot of wiggle room to play with things. And it's 2.0, so they did Epperson, it's Metro Lagoons, being the developer, they did Epperson, now they're doing Mirada, so they've kind of learned from Epperson on what to do and what not to do. And I think you can see that. You can see that in the lagoon alone. There's more for the kids, there's a slide, it's more well thought out, it's bigger, the parking lot's a little better, it's tough to park at Epperson sometimes, so I think it's just the 2.0 version. You're gonna fix a lot of the mistakes that you made the first time around. Also for new construction lovers, obviously there's way more of it in Mirada. You're getting to kind of start from scratch and get some of the brand new homes before they're lived in, so having the choices maybe on some of the options and finishings if you are going through the build process with any of the builders. I'd like an honorable mention to West Bay. We built with West Bay here in Bexley, and we toured the West Bay home in Mirada, the Biscayne 2, and it was just amazing. I think they do a really, really good job. Their model homes are just absolutely gorgeous. Their style, the decor, it's just fun. Just go check it out. It's just fun. Take me with you though. However, West Bay can be a little bit on the pricier side of things. You generally see, $600,000 to $900,000 for West Bay, whereas some of the other, Casa Fresca, Lennar, and some of the other ones can be a little cheaper at times. So that's something to consider as well. They definitely are a premium builder, but it shows. So, but on the negative side, there's not much buy in Mirada. So if you want to have, just drive out of the plan and get something quick to eat, it's not really, there's a Publix there and a few things around it, but it really needs some development. It's really kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's a gigantic plan, but out in the middle of kind of nowhere at this moment. On a 5 to 10 year scale, we'll see how that looks, but at the time being, there's really not much by. However, that said, even though there's not much close by, I really felt the time differences. I always like to, go there, sit there and just do the GPS to a bunch of areas. And really, especially compared to Epperson, I think it's the same time to most places, you can get on 75 pretty quickly. This is only about 10 minutes away from Epperson, so I don't really feel like you're losing much on the, maybe if there's the short distance, the medium distance, and then the long distance. I feel the medium and the long distance, you're not going to see much of a difference between the two, but maybe on the short difference, some of, maybe gas stations or CVS or some small things around like that, maybe Epperson has a little bit of an upper hand there, but I feel that you still have a lot of access. Medium and long range is going to be about the same time, whether you're going to Disney or the beaches or Tampa or up to Crystal River, to the Tampa premium outlets and Wesley Chapel and the Grove. I feel like for the most part there, you're not going to see that much of a travel difference. Now let's hit Epperson. So Epperson, it's more developed. You kind of know what you're going to get into. That's one bad thing about Mirada is that you might not like the way it shakes out. Epperson, you kind of see what you're getting already. It's been been there longer. The lagoon, like I said, it is smaller. To me, it feels much more compact. Everything feels tighter, whereas Mirada has more of an open feel because it's newer and they had more room. And it's really, this is the 2.0 versus the 1.0 feel. However, you do get to, if you're somebody that's having a hard time thinking, worried about what it might be like in the future, with Epperson, you know what you're getting. So if you like what you see, you're good to go. With Mirada, it might change, depending, there might be nothing in your backyard now, or behind your backyard, I should say. But what if they build a whole slew of homes? Obviously you can be aware of that, but it's just something to think about as Epperson's more developed. You have more knowledge of what you're getting into than on Mirada. The on-ramp to 75. Now this wasn't there when we considered Epperson, but now that they have the major overpass and on-ramp to access 75, it is super convenient. Now I still feel most of your travel times, at least at the moment, shake out the same. But it is super simple and convenient to leave Epperson and jump on 75 now. That is an awesome addition. It might have pushed us over the edge if they had that on-ramp at the time, but they didn't when we were considering building. And then obviously there's a lot more that's closer. However, like that's super close, just drive straight out of the plan and here's a gas station. There's still not a ton actually. It's surprising, but I think they would be much closer to having more of that stuff than Mirada. At the same time, space might be an issue for development nearby there, in my opinion. So overall, if I'm going to look at a winner, I'm going to say, and I always take this route, but it depends on your personal scenario, but I'm going to give it to you from my perspective. So I don't believe that there's a one-size-fits-all answer to this, but I'll give you where I'm at. In my life, we moved to Florida wanting to be very convenient to all of the things, the gas stations, all that stuff, and I really feel that we got that. We currently live in Bexley over in Land O'Lakes. However, if I was to make a move today, I don't know that I would prioritize that as much. Looking back. So, and like I said, I like to come back to the short and medium and long-term distance things that you do. Long-term being beaches and Disney and, maybe even Tampa and stuff like that. Mid-term, like, your local stores and outlets and Walmarts and Targets and things like that. And short-term being just quick convenience store and stuff like that. So at my stage, I'm not really worried about the short-term as much anymore because I feel it takes a long time to get out of most of these master plan communities. So as long as it checks off the mid and long-term boxes, I'm good. And I like the openness feel of Mirada, there's space, there's room to stretch out. When you just drive through the plans. The entrance to Mirada is just absolutely gorgeous with what they're building and putting in all the stuff there with the fountain spraying on the walls. So for me, I think Mirada is a better fit because I think that I like that it's 2.0. I like the 2.0 version. I think they've learned from their mistakes, and I don't think you're losing anything in terms of times or convenience. Maybe like once or twice a month there would be a store or something that I would want to go to that's closer to Epperson than Mirada, but for the most part I think the time travel is the same. And honestly, pricing, they're not too far off anyway. So Mirada would be my vote. That's what I would go for, just from my experience as a local real estate agent and as a local homeowner and somebody who is always looking, because I don't know, I like houses. I think a lot of people. I don't know, I like the process. We all watched HGTV, like houses are fun, especially here in Florida. So anyway, I hope that's helpful for you. I just wanted to just do a quick kind of opinionated video, give you my 2 cents. We've been to both lagoons, which one we prefer to drive around in, which one we would pick to live in. So I hope that added a little bit of insight to you if you're looking if you are in the area or if you're looking at relocating. Hopefully that paints a little bit of a picture for your home search or for your consideration. But thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more local Tampa content. We'll be posting stuff out frequently here. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you around.